Good morning from the Bartend Ranch. This is Frank Smith from Family Adventure Tours. We started Fatco in 2014 officially and started coming down to the Bartend and bringing tours down here. We've grown from a really small touring company to a really small touring company. It's a family-owned business. My daughters named the company. One time we were coming back from a Bartend trip and I asked my daughters to name the company, and we needed something friendly, so they came up with Family Adventure Tours, and from that we turned it into Fatco. So it's Family Adventure Tour Company. We do 3, 4, and 5 day multi-day trips, sometimes to multi-destinations, other times loops out of the same area, and we always support our trips with a chase vehicle. If we do multi-town trips, or what we call point-to-point tours, we carry all your luggage from point A to point B, and we also provide the service on the trail if somebody breaks down or needs help, or parts or special tools. We carry those in our chase trucks up and down the trails. So today we are at the Bartend Ranch, which is on the Parashant National Monument, 85 miles from the nearest town or paved road. The Bartend Ranch has been in existence for about 52 years now, and we started coming down here in 2000. Well, my first trip down here was in 2009, but we started bringing tours down here shortly after that. So this particular tour that we're on begins and ends in Hurricane, Utah. And our first day we went from Hurricane over to Mount Carmel, which is on the east side of Zion National Park, and some of the best side-by-side riding that I know of. Best trails, really friendly places to stay. And then so first day we go over to Mount Carmel, and then the second day we come out here to the ranch. This particular tour is what we call a layover day at the ranch, which lets people really enjoy this place and take it all in. Sometimes we come in, we blow in at 8 o'clock at night, and we're out of here by 10 o'clock the next morning. You really don't get to enjoy it. So my favorite tours down here are the layover days. So today we're going to get back in our cars and drive back to Hurricane, Utah to end the tour. So that's a big 400, probably 420 mile loop that we're going to do for these clients here, and get them back to Hurricane, hopefully in time to get some dinner and take in, maybe knock out some of their drive home. So the other tour I'd like to talk about is what we call our Mount Carmel Cloverleaf Tour. So Mount Carmel Junction is a small town that sits on the east side of Zion National Park. It's surrounded by big towering red cliffs and lots of sand and some good rocky technical trails. So we do a 3, 4, or a 5 day Cloverleaf tour out of Mount Carmel Junction, where every day we do about a 60 to 100 mile loop and come back to the same place. And we tour places like Coral Pink Sand Dunes, Kanab Creek, we go all the way up to Duck Creek in the mountains when the snow permits. And we spend a lot of time on the Escalante Grand Staircase National Monument, which it's hard to get permits to do tours on the monument, and it's spectacular in that nobody really goes out there on the trails that we're on. So when we're doing loops out there, it's very rare that you run into somebody else or some other people. We kind of have it all to ourselves. And on that tour, we also offer a leg where we'll go over to Lake Powell in Page, Arizona, and we'll spend the night in a hotel in Page and then come back to Mount Carmel for the last day. Those are spectacular trips. In that also, we just don't see any people out there, and we know really all the technical, windy and twisty trails that not a lot of folks take. So that trip to me is the highest concentration of high quality riding, side-by-siding, that I've ever done. So the third tour that is my favorite tour, one of my favorites, is the Cloverleaf tour that we do out of Escalante, Utah. And Escalante, Utah is situated kind of smack dab in the middle of the Grand Staircase National Monument. And on this tour, you get to go from 11,600 feet up in the mountains where the Grand Staircase starts, which is on Powell Point and Bryce Canyon. And you end up all the way down on the shores of Lake Powell, overlooking Gunsight Butte, or taking a swim in the lake at Warm Creek Bay. That tour traverses the entire staircase from top to bottom, but we also go from east to west. And we don't quite make it to the boundary on the eastern side, but we cover more of the Grand Staircase, I think, than any other tour company out there. And it is one remote place. If you don't know your way around out there, it's going to be a long day. Fuel is 80, 90 miles apart, and we figure out all those logistics for you with our chase truck. We'll gas up your side-by-sides in the middle of nowhere. You'll come around a corner and my chase truck will be there with a auxiliary tank in it, and we'll fill you up with gas, carry all the tools and parts. The trails that we take over there are some of the most remote and coolest trails, with that purple and gray clay down in the deserts to the rocky trails in the aspen trees, especially in September when they're changing colors. You get a full gambit of what Utah has to offer, from red rocks to white deserts to the beach of Lake Powell. And it's a really fun place to stay. One of my favorite parts about it is the accommodations over there range from bring your RV, we'll be in a park, to super high-end bed and breakfast in the town and anywhere in between. One of our favorite places to stay is now called Offland, or of land, and it's an antique airstream place that they've got probably 30 airstreams. Then they have high-end homes that are just glass, and you could sleep in one of those, or you can sleep also in their older little cabins. They're pretty cool. They got glass ends on them. It's beautiful, and you're right in the canyon of the Escalante Canyon. And the cool part is they have a movie theater there, and every night they show an old movie. And you get to sit in one of their antique vehicles and watch the show, and they give you free popcorn and stuff. It's pretty fun. But their showers, one of my favorite parts also, is the showers are outside. They've got like 10-foot walls in there, but every place has a shower with a garden in it. So when you go into their showers, it's like you're walking into a spa, and you get to take your shower at the end of the day inside one of these garden showers, I call them. And it's just a big rain shower head. And then we contract with a family over there that makes dinner for us and nobody else. They cater our dinner in the old Escalante show house. So we'll all walk down there. It's walking distance. We'll all walk down to the show house. And the people that run that place, they grow all the food that you eat in their garden, or they buy it from high-end meat distributors like the Bartend or like Dry Lakes Beef, or one of the companies that they're all grass-fed beef. And anyway, they make that food for us, or they have chicken the same way. But it's one of the coolest places to go, and I think anybody who rides in a side-by-side would just take that one in and enjoy it to the fullest. It's a great trip. So one of the things that makes Fatco unique is we don't really have tours where people don't know each other. We do offer about 4 tours a year for groups that anybody can sign up for. Normally our clients are folks that own their own cars. They don't rent cars from people. Although we can provide rentals for certain groups, we just don't really do that. There's a lot of companies out there that do that, and it's just not what we do. What we like is a group of people get together. They elect somebody to be their trip leader. We call it a TL, and that TL handles all the communications between myself and Fatco and their group. And so that TL will get together. We like to have at least 8 cars on a tour. We don't like to go over about 13 cars. That just seems to be the best number. Any bigger than that, they get a little cumbersome. So we try to keep the groups small. Intimate groups with your friends is kind of what we offer. We're not going to throw you in a tour with people you don't know, because you never know what you're going to get. It is like the box of chocolates. So we offer that service for our clients. We are a permitted and insured tour company. We're above board on everything. You'll see a lot of guys offering to do tours out there for less money than us, I'm sure. But we're permitted to do what we do, and you're not going to get run into by a ranger out here that splits up your group because you're not permitted to do what you're doing. So we offer that. We're very professional. We have a certified EMTs on our trips all the time. We have a medical kit on our cars to take care of people if they get hurt, and we also carry all the tools to fix and all the several parts to fix different cars if they break, as well as a welder and other things like that if we really can't fix it. So that's the difference for us. That's what we offer folks. We offer our tours to private groups, which is what I was talking about, and open tours, about 4 a year. We like folks to have their own cars, and we also like to offer, we like to do tours in Jeeps, side-by-sides. We even do some Raptor truck tours where we come to the same kind of destinations, we just take different routes.
All right, this is the Fatco chase truck. Got a bunch of spare parts and everything. And then this is how they carry all of our personal gear. So you get a Costco tub each, put all your clothes and whatever else you want in there, and they haul it to the stop for you. This is kind of a neat trailer. It's got old Kawasaki Terex Fox shocks under it, plus some big old Toyota Tundra leaf springs, off-road worthy.